あの日出会う奇跡さえ今は死にあえるわけなどいやないのだと控え合う心よかしかくないとき死にすのミス手足たしてよくあなたへた昨日やtu sayang kaya tamuna ni Kapoyo usiyo si sukuni sikao Tatue koyo si metemo Tatue kisu tu seketemo Anasanai moson ta kisu nama Mutu meu kokoyo ka hitotsu ni tokete shinizu no misi kihiyai te yoku Koasa soyo kino ya mitsume o hitomi ni Unai yume ta seka ni utsushita Kino ya ka tsuya naku Mono afuye umoi Kai tate yo yakusoko no pasu e Tatue koyo shimete mo Maoi kiso tsusekete mo Anasanai moson ta kisu na wa Takaya tu sumasuite mo Nanto kiso tu suite mo Topita tu e kase tu supasa ni site Hi o ukete kakayaku Kini yu no tu supasa wa So ni e kaku Inushi no kiseki o Aoi toki e kaku kiseki tatu yi Kutae sakasu unai soya miyake nakaya Mune ni himeta umui afuye tasi Soya o kakete kiniyu no ya ni kawayu Mutumeu Kokoyo ka takau itame wa Shinichi no misikasu Maseye kaeto Koasa soyo kino ya 見つめ瞳に同じ夢確かに映したたとえとさますてもたとえキスとしてもtu pita teu casa te se pasa ni si te koe mo to kanai tui pasu te poko yo kitu na unai soya mi akete iu ano hi te au ki sae今は死にやえゆわけなどいやないのだといたよここよかしかくないとき死にすのむすみしてあしたしてよくあなたへたきのやtu saya nuka yeta munani Kopoyo usi sukuni sikao Tatue koyo simete mo Tatue kisotu sekete mo Anasanai mosonta kisunawa Mutu meu kokoyoka hitotsu ni tokete shinizu no misi kihiyai te yoku koasa soyoki no ya mitsume o hitomi ni kunai yume taseka ni utsushita Kino ya ka tu sayanaku Mono afuye umoi Kai tate yo yakusoko no pasu e Tatue koyo shimete mo Maoi kiso tu sekete mo Anasanai mosonta kisu na wa Takaya tu sumasite mo Nanto kiso tu site mo Topita tu e kase tu sepasa ni site Hi o ukete kakayaku Kini no tu sepasa wa Soyo ni e kaku Inushi no kiseki o 多い時絵描く奇跡たとい答え探すうないそやみやけなかや胸に秘めた思いあふれたしそれをかけて君のやにかばよ求める心か高う痛めば真実の見透かすませえうかえと壊さそうよ昨日や見つめ瞳にうない夢確かに映したたとえとすますてもたとえキスとしてもtu pita teu kase tu sepasa ni site koe mo to kanai tui pasute pokoyo kitu na unai soya miyakete iyu ano hi te au kiseki sae今は死にやえゆわけなどいやないのだと控え合う心よかしかくないとき真実のミス手足たしてよくあなたへたきのやtu saya nuka yeta munani Kopoyo usi sukuni sikao Tatue koyo simete mo Tatue kisutu sekete mo Anasanai mosonta kisunawa Mutu meu kokoyo ka hitotsu ni tokete shinizu no misi kiai te yoku Koasa soyo kino ya mitsume o hitomi ni Kunai yume taseka ni utsushita Kino ya ka tu sayanaku Mono afuye umoi Kai tate yo yakusoko no pasu e Tatue koyo shimete mo Maoi kiso tu sekete mo Anasanai mosonta kisu na wa Takaya tu sumasuite mo Nanto kiso tu site mo Topita tu e kase tu sepasa ni site Hi o ukete kakayaku Kini yu no tu sepasa wa Soyo ni e kaku Inushi no kiseki o toki eka kukiseki tatuji Kutaye sakasu unaye soya miyake nakaya Mune ni himeta umui afuye tasi Soya okakete kiniyu no ya ni kawayu Mutumeu kokoyo ka takau itame wa Shinichi no misikasu maseyeu kaeto Kuasa soyo kino ya Misume hitomi ni Unaye yume tasika ni utsushita Tatue tusamastumo Tatue kisutusitimo Pitateu kasetusapasa ni site Koe mo totukanai tui pasute Pokoyo kitu na unai soya miyakete iyu Ano hi te au kiseki sae Ima wa shingia yeyu Wake natu iyanai no tatu Hikaye au kokoyo ka Shikaku nayu toki Shinichi no misi te asita shite yoku Anata yeta kino ya Tusaya nuka yeta mune ni Kopoyo usiu shisuku ni shikao Tatue koyo shimete mo Tatue kisutusekete mo Hanasanai mosonta kisuna wa Mutumeu kokoyo ka hitotsu ni tokete Shinichi no misi kihiyai te yoku Koasa soyo kino ya Mitsume o hitomi ni Unaye yume tasika ni utsushita Kino ya katusaya naku Mono afuye umoi Kai tate yo yakusoko no pasue Tatue koyo shimete mo Maoi kiso tusekete mo Anasanai mosonta kisuna wa Takaya tusumasuite mo Nanto kiso tusuite mo Topi tatue kase tusupasa ni site Hi o ukete kakayaku Kiniyu no tusupasa wa Soya ni ekaku Inushi no kiseki o toki ekakuki seki tatu yi kutai saka. Hello, good morning, Ohio, and how's it going? So, the weekend is now upon us, and now that the weekend is upon us, how have the week been for you so far? For me, it's been a good week, and my second week with my starting work is now finished, so only 1 week left. And do you have any plans for the weekend? For me, it's just gonna be the same old usual for me. Anyway, so today we're gonna be playing some Apollo Justice today. But before we do that, so today I'm 94% pony, and I'm also 17% delicious. And also for the question of the day, what do you hope to be an expert about at some point in your life? Well, VTubing is basically goes without saying, but this is also something that will most likely happen considering my studies and all, but I do wanna become an expert. I can speak. I wanna be an expert at plants, plant life, and also anything connected to nature, and that includes animals too. Anyway, well, I can't really think of anything else to talk about here. So let's get to gaming then, and first and foremost, I'm gonna be saying Syntheum. So let's go for this team here. And then let me just launch the game quickly. Oh, and the last time at Apollo used this, so we kept going with the, wait, hang on, why is, anyway, as I was gonna say, we kept going with the deal, and now we 7 years in the past trying to learn the truth about the case that made White have that made White quit being an attorney. We finally gonna learn the truth. So just hang on a bit, and let me get the game going here. Alrighty, and now, and here we go. So let's keep going here, and we are now 7 years in the past. Since that the case that happened there is related to the case we're currently doing. So let's do it. Let's do it. April 19th, 11:31 a.m. District Court defended Lopi number 2. Okay, wait, hang on. It's doing it again, so hang on. Anyway, I'm just gonna remind myself of everything. So this is the user, goes without saying, and he's the master of, I mean, and he's the master and of both the Sark and Kima. No. Yeah. But he's the original what was the name again? Oh yeah. He's the original Kiamaye, the magician, the very original, and he was dying, but even if he was dying, he did get shot in the head. But apparently, it was his own wish to actually get shot in the head. But the revolver that you see here only held one bullet, but there is one issue with this. Like, if you look at this clown used like a magnifi have a hole in his forehead, and normally that would be most of an issue, but the thing is, this revolver only had one bullet, so it's impossible for this one to shoot both this one and this one at the same time. Which is what's making this complicated. And this is his artist fire board. Yeah, this malignant tumor was the sickness he was having because he had the cancer. And oh yeah, and this is actually an interesting one, but yeah, and this was the last thing he wrote before he died, and this is the diagnosis for the disease he was having, and it was at its final stage, which meant that there was no way they couldn't save him, sadly, and now this CN is actually quite interesting because it's there but haven't been used, so it might be related or unrelated, that we don't know yet. And the one magnificent requested to kill him was actually Zack. So as you can see here, it was actually a magnificent wish to get killed in this way. But there is one very important something here. If you pay attention to the end of this letter with "you cannot refuse," and we both know the reason why. Yeah. Like, that's the thing that's making this even more complicated because we don't know what the reason is yet. That's one of the things we're gonna have to try to figure out. And this is the gun that killed, the pistol that killed him, and as you can see in the description, it can only fire one yellow bullet, which is exactly that makes this complicated because you can see, because as I mentioned, you can see that there have been two shootings which thought to be impossible, and here are the ones involved. So his real name is Sati Enigma, and if you remember him, I don't know if you remember him, but he was also the victim of the first at episode 1, and the stage name but he's also known as Sakryamaye, and he is also Theos's real father. And then this is Magnifica Sak's master, and also the victim of this case. And here we have Theosi from 7 years ago, and also Gavin. And this case is actually Gavin's first case too. And then we have the usual Dick Kumso. Not exactly the brightest one like always, but as untrustworthy as he can be, you can at least tell that he is at least trying to do good for others. Even if it usually doesn't end up going so well for him, at least he's trying, and that's something. Anyway, so let's keep going now. April 19, 11:21 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. Very impressive, Mr. Wright. I have to say, I expected nothing less. We were only used to begun. I was hoping you could tell me a bit more about what happened actually. Hang on. I did not think you would believe me if I told you. Better that you discover the truth for yourself. I was thinking of you, you know. I think we need less thinking and more talking. That night in the hospital, what really happened? Yeah, we need to know more, and that includes the reason for why you got there first. The way your eyes gleam, Mr. Wright. You're scared, Yossi. Speaking of which, where is she? You have seen the problem yourself. The letter. Yep. Yeah, that letter is the biggest problem here. Along with the pistol. And to be more specific, it is the last part of the letter that is the problem. The one shot in the forehead one, right? Yes, And the reason he speaks of, I got to not deny my mentor's wishes, even if it meant my own death. Oh, why not? This is something I will not say, for now at least. For now, which means if the time is right, then you will tell me. Well, I'll hold you to that in that case. What's this for now business? I have done many things in my life, some well, some poorly. But this is a curse we must bear along to our case. We? So you're not the only one? You wanted to know about the night of the incident? Yeah, there we go. Finally, this guy so likes to take his time getting to the important stuff. Of course, I had no intention of shooting my mentor. Yeah, I did get the feeling when I read that letter. I snuck into his room that night at the appointed time and found there upon his bedside 2 pistols. Two? Well, that would explain the 2 bullet shots. 2? Yes, the one I had used on stage and the one that had been used by my partner, Valand. Yeah, and we have met Valand before, so we all know who he is. Theosis, not definitely, but you can see him kinda like Theosis' uncle. Oh, for the socket Valand's quick doubting. My mentor had the look of one sleeping. I stood by his bedside, holding only the light sound of his breathing. Then I took the pistol into my hand. I cannot deny that my resolve faltered then, for a moment. Yeah, no surprise, being asked to kill isn't exactly an easy thing. You faltered? You mean you thought about shooting him? Yeah, there was a reason I could not refuse his request. Yeah, I still wanna know what that is, but that's something I will have to learn I will have to wait for later. His last such request, if not his first. So, there were other requests you got refused before. To be honest, I've not always been steadfast, and I felt I've brought the pain upon Tuesday. Was Magnifico in his disciples somehow? Well, there is a sense that he might have done the same with Valand. If we remember how Valand reacted when we sold him that envelope. Just what was going on in Etiopia. Yet, in the end, I did not shoot him. Oh, wait. But if you did shoot him, then who killed him in that case? Instead, I turned and shot the clown. Yeah, I figured when you say that it was you, but that still leaves the question of who it was that did kill him then, now that we know it wasn't you. I took the pistol I had fired and placed it in my pocket. In your pocket? Oh wait, so you have it on you in other words. I believe if you examine the bullet in the clown's head, you will find it to be different than the one in my mantle. What were those called? Bullet holes? Or... no, it was called... Oh, I think it was called the bullet attacks, if I'm not... Is the bullet attack the word you're looking for? Gifflinmarks. Oh, Gifflinmarks. Almost. I almost had it. Almost. Yes. Well, that is all I have to tell you concerning the case. Concerning the case? You mean there's something else you can tell me? Well, what is it? Heh. Oh, sorry. Heh. Ha ha ha. You are a fascinating man, Mr. White. Thanks. No. Thanks. Yes, there is something, and that is my mentor. His eyes open. Huh? What? Magnifique Mayer? The old devil, he was not asleep, you see. Of course, the concert would have woken him anyway. But that was before you fired, I take it. Oh no, it was after. And then we had our last discussion as mentor and the pupil. It was not a long discussion, maybe 5-10 minutes or so. What did you talk about? Ha ha! Mr. White, did I not just tell you? It is not concerned this case. So you just wanted us to know that you had a conversation with him, and you asking us to try to figure out what it was about for ourselves? Sakya he seems a bit steadfast to me, or maybe used to stubborn. Mr. White, your presence is requested in the courtroom. Okay, well it's time to continue then. Once again, I am in your hands. Right, let's get back in there. Yeah, I know more about what happened. April 19th, 11:37 a.m. District Courtroom number 7. Let me use save quickly, and there we go. Court is now back in session. Teenager says a bullet was found in and dug out from the clown's head. Well, this is news, and the Gifflinmarks? Well, if it is as a Sake said, then it's not the corner marks. There wasn't time to do a detailed analysis. If they did find the weapon type matches the modern weapon, well, matches, okay. Not what I thought that he was gonna say that it didn't, but well, that's not very conclusive, is it? This is why I'm about to call my very decisive witness. I wonder who that is. You decisive witness? How many times have I heard those words? Well, he really liked to use that word. They often turn out to be far less decisive than you think. Where you must do I think that's a habit of his that haven't gone away after all those 7 years ago. Oh, don't worry on my account. I'm quite confident this witness will do the job. After all, he's intimately acquainted with the place in our little production. By any sense, could it be Valand? Being the other half of Dupe Kamaya's famous duo, second Valand. I fucking damn it! I fucking called it! I had a feeling it was gonna be Valand. I mean, it was kinda obvious. Valand Kamaya. So, we get to meet the great magnificent or the disciple. So that was how he looked like 7 years ago, huh? Perhaps we'll start by asking your name and occupation. Valand Kamaya, Mäkisen. And you the decisive witness, are you? You can prove your fellow student. Your partner's killed. Fate, the grand illusion, filled with the depths and the digs. Wait, the shooting took place in that hospital after 11 o'clock at night. Yeah, and visitors usually aren't allowed at that time. If you are a witness, does that mean you were there that late? If one were to deduce this logically, the conclusion is yes. Okay. I always get the characters, don't I? Well, well, that's what you get for being the main character in an Ace Attorney game. I have an interesting fact for you. You see, several days before the game, my witness received this. Let's see. That looks very familiar. Wait. Please don't tell me he got the same one. That's the same letter Sakakiyamaya received. So it was her. Yes, or perhaps I should say ta-da. So he was a cousin, both of them in other words. But he doesn't really seem bothered by that. Order! And what does it say? Surely not the same thing. Well, from what I can say, it is saying the exactly same thing. Very interesting. Perhaps you should see for yourself. Why is practically the same? The court accepts this into evidence. Magnificent second letter. Let it invalid to come at 11:20 p.m. Well, I need to compare the both of them now. To my fellow student Zach, to you I entrust the task of loving my life's garden. Come on the 13th, 11:05 p.m. I will get the account with which you will shoot one shoot score in the forehead. You cannot refuse, and we both know the reason why. Magnificent Maya. That's what this one say, but How about this one? To my fellow student Valand, to you I entrust the task of loving my life's garden. Come on the 13th, 11:20 p.m. I will get the account with which you will shoot. One shoot, score in the forehead, you cannot refuse, and we both know the reason why. Magnifica Maya. Now this is actually interesting indeed. The only difference here is the name and the time they was given, but apart from those two, it's very identical. This is most unusual. Exactly what was going on with you folks? What exactly was YouTube Gamaya up to? Yeah, it doesn't seem as grand now as it used to do for me. By this you mean? I missed having to open envisioning a man who would ask his students to kill him. Both of them, no less. It's just my opinion, Hayos, but from these letters, I'd say he was coercing them, not asking them. Yeah, coercing is the better word, I have to agree. We walked the magazine's path together, and in so doing, set most of our lives. When people are so close, there is strain. A weapon of relations, you might say. Yet this has nothing to do with the case at hand. Socks said the same. By which you mean you're not going to tell us? Which makes me wonder even more about this reason they got it there first. Yeah, I certainly want to learn more about it. Well, let's get on with the testimony. For starters, the defendant, Sakika Meyer, stands accused. Tell us why. Oh, I'll do more than that. For where he walks, the yet uses eyes sinking in to the miracle that is magic. Okay. Fascinating. Though I hardly need to remind you that the evidence got used as clearly pointed to you as the suspect. Yeah, very much do. The letter, the modern weapon, they are identical. And now, the two bullets found at the scene. In fact, the only difference seems to be the designated time. Activate. Oh, no, they don't have an exact time, so yeah. Because of the estimated time, then it is hard to pinpoint which of the two it was. Ha 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 ha! As every vacation knows, timing is everything. Yes, and now it's time to get this party fired up. Well, you aren't wrong. The night of the crime. That night, I visited the hospital room at the time McNiffy requested. The smell of gunpowder hung in the room, and my mentor had taken his final bomb. I did not imagine my fellow student might have received the same instructions. Yet a deal with the dead is still a deal. That sweet kiss I gave to the clown. Okay, now this makes it harder. One claims that the other one killed him while he himself shot the clown. So was it the suck or violent that shot the clown? That's the question now. Well, the only way to tell is if we can match the bullet with the gun. Then I informed the doctor and the police. So you were the one who reported the crime? Indeed, I would think this fact alone would clear my name of suspicion. Well, we don't know if you're telling the truth or not, so not yet. Let's not jump to any conclusions. Yes, the cross-examination certainly comes before the conclusions in this court. But if your testimony proves to be true, then the defendant, Zach Kamaye, is guilty. And if it wasn't Zach Kamaye, then the killer was you, Valant. Yeah. I mean, there is a possibility it could be someone else too, of course. And the notice of paying act will get you out of that. Yeah. But now, the most important thing here will be to find out who was the one that shot the clown. That's what we're gonna have to get to the bottom of now. So, the night of the crime. And there we go. That night I visited the hospital room at the time McNiffy requested. Hold it! Which, according to the letter, was 11:20 p.m. Indeed, in Backic, timing is everything. Right? Consider the illusion of teleportation. If I were to appear on stage before my stunt double has left, how would that look? Well, it would look like you would have cloned yourself. But it would reveal the very secrets of my magic. Not that you will reveal the very secrets of your magic for all of us. Let's move on. You went out at this night time, and what did you see? The smell of gunpowder hung in the room, and my mentor had taken his final bow. Hold it! So, you weren't worried for your own safety at all? I mean, you smelled gunpowder, yes, but if the shooter was still nearby? I did not consider this, to be honest. It is forbidden for a magician to have a good imagination. Excuse me, but I thought that the magic shows and magic tricks was all about using your imagination. So I mean, okay, what you saying doesn't make any sense for me. I'm not buying it. Oh, really? Isn't magic all about illusions and imagination? You as confused as me, huh? How about this? You were the shooter, which is why you weren't afraid. No, you are the one imagining. It is forbidden for a lawyer to have a good imagination. I mean, I need to use my imagination to solve cases, so I don't think it is forbidden. The witness will refrain from pausing so suspiciously before responding. My forbidden imagination is starting to imagine things. But sometimes you can be so silly that that was actually a good one. I did not imagine my fellow student might have received the same instructions. Hold it! This brings us back to this reason neither of you got refused. So it is. And my partner, he did not refuse, and neither did you, which was apparent from the fact that you arrived. But my nephew wrote the same thing to you. Why could you refuse if Sack golden? Because I have a will of steel, of course. I don't know, with that of course makes me wonder if that's really the case. And I mean, you did come with the intent to kill anyway. I also do these things where I bent the steel bars, so perhaps steel isn't also strong. You aren't helping yourself right now. So this is it. Mind if I continue? Yet a deal with the dead is still a deal. That sweet kiss I gave to the clown. Yeah, which means that you did have the intent to kill at the very least. Anyway, hold it! There were 2 bullet holes at the scene, one in the victim and one in the clown. You say the one who shot the clown was you? Not that my partner Sack has said most the same thing. Yeah, because whoever didn't shoot the clown committed murder. I'd better think around her a bit more and see what I don't know. Mr. Walland, let me ask about something else concerning the crime scene, namely the bullet in the pistol. In order to shoot a pistol, you need a bullet. Where was the bullet? I entered the room and took the pistol in my hand. The bullet was already loaded, ready to fire at any time. A magazine is always prepared, you see. Prepared for... One never knows when a miracle will be called for. A magazine always has 7 toes in his pocket and a white rabbit up his sleeve. Well, thank you for revealing that secret then, okay? I thought a magician was supposed to do not reveal the secrets neither. Clearly, we're dealing with professionals here. Is this bullet that was loaded in the pistol really so important? Well, for now I say not important. Actually, let me ask about something else. Very well, the witness might continue with the testimony. What can I do but obey? Yeah, I'm gonna dig deeper into this soon. Then I inform the doctor and the police. Hold it! So you informed the police. What did you do then? What do you suppose I did? Used my magic to levitate my mental scopes, perhaps? The thing is, I wouldn't put it past you. Anyway, we have an auto pack, so be right back and see you in 3 minutes. Well, it is now time to take a break. And well, I'm taking a break. You better take a break too. And if you have to, you should go to the toilet. And if you're feeling hungry, make sure to grab something to eat. And also remember to stretch and exercise. Because I want you to take care of yourself. Because your health is important. Because we all should take care of ourselves. And also help to take care of others. But to do that, you need to take care of yourself. So if you need to go, that is fine. And if you need to look, that is also fine. Because you should prioritize yourself, and so I want you to take care of yourself. So remember to take care of yourself. Because I won't be going anywhere. And if you wanna stay, that is also fine. As long as you're taking care of yourself, then I won't complain. So remember to take care of yourself. Because I care about you. Well, it is now time to take a break. And well, I'm taking a break. You better take a break too. And if you have to, you should go to the toilet. And if you're feeling hungry, make sure to grab something to eat. And also remember to stretch and exercise. Because I want you to take care of yourself. Because your health is important. Because we all should take care of ourselves. And also help to take care of others. But to do that, you need to take care of yourself. So if you need to go, that is fine. And if you need to look, that is also fine. Because you should prioritize yourself, and so I want you to take care of yourself. So remember to take care of yourself. Because I won't be going anywhere, and if you wanna stay, that is also fine, as long as you're taking care of yourself. Then I won't complain. So remember to take care of yourself, because I care about you. Well, it is now time to take a break. And well, I'm taking a break. You better take a break too. Alright, I'm back now, so let's keep going here. I don't know. That's why I'm asking. Now please answer the question and skip the sarcasm. After I made my report, I called the doctor and we returned to the room. When we waited for the police to arrive, we discussed Stormer's medicine. We will confirm this with the doctor. It all checks out. He praised Mr. Warren's knowledge of Stormer's medicine. In fact, it is an honor I do not deserve, but I accept. Both of magnificent students received the same letter. Both admit to having gone to the hospital that night. 2 bullets were fired, and one of them killed Magnifi. Time to find the gaps in his testimony. Well, I wanna ask the other 2 questions now. So let's see. So let's ask the other question then. So I wanna know about the location of the pistol now. Where exactly was the pistol when you entered that room? Atop a small bedside table it was. Let me take a look. Yeah, just like the picture. As if to say, here I am, take me into your hand, pull my trigger, shoot him. The victim clearly wanted to be shot, but why? Perhaps he wanted to go out with a bang, yet we will never hold the truth from his lips. So all we can do is guess. Is the location of the pistol all that important? We're gonna say not yet. Actually, let me ask about something else. Very well. The witness might continue with the testimony. What can I do but obey? Well, let me ask the last question then. So let's see how. Yeah, and know about the number of pistols, because Sack claimed that was true, and what will you claim? How many pistols were there when you entered the room? By this you mean what? Precisely. 2 pistols were used in the second violent quick draw shooter, correct? One for each of you. You are well informed, yet only one of my old friends sat in the hospital room that night. Okay, what you claim and what he claims aren't the same. What did Zack tell me back in the lobby? Of course, I had no intention of shooting my mentor. I snuck into his room that night at the appointed time and found there upon his bedside table 2 pistols. I took the pistol I had fired and placed it in my pocket. I see no problem with that statement. Only one pistol is visible in the photograph of the crime scene after all. So you picked up that pistol and fired it? Indeed I did. Alakazam, Alakazing, Alakaboom. Is the number of pistols really so important? Well, I do know what's gonna happen when I pick quite important. But I will pass on everything, literally everything, because I do want as much information as possible. So there we go, and just gonna be skipping too fast. Yeah, so I'll go for this one now. And there we go. And then, yeah, I'm gonna say yes, it is. Without a loaded bullet, we won't have a mortar. It's very important, Your Honor. Very well. Please add this detail to your testimony. What can I do but obey? The pistol was already loaded. I merely had to pull the trigger. Hold it! Yeah, it is much with what Zack said. If the pistol was already loaded, something doesn't make sense. Why weren't the victim's fingerprints on it? You should know that we of the Ethiopian Maya are capable of many things. One of these being the levitation of iron balls. Without tossing them, there's no magic involved here. The shooter was used methodical is all. He simply wiped everything off fingerprints. Can't really do much with fingerprints that weren't there. Maybe I should ask about something else. Like the location. Where exactly was the pistol when you entered the room? Atop a small bedside table. Oh wait. I already read this one, so... And there we go. Yeah. Without about the weapon, there won't be no mortar. It's very important, Your Honor. Very well. Please add this detail to your testimony. What can I do but obey? I took up the pistol from the small table and threw to the ground. Hold it! Why did you do that? I would think calling the police would come first. Then you know nothing of the relationship between a master and his disciple. If your master says die, you die. Do you understand? No, because I wouldn't wanna die even if others told me to die. So, you're going to die? Certainly not. It was but an example. In any case, I wanted to fulfill my obligation. A final courtesy to a great mentor, perhaps? Or perhaps not. So this is it. Perhaps I'm totally confused. Maybe I should ask about something else. Yeah, and draw for the number. So there we go then. And I'll just be skipping this. And here we go then. Alright, and there we go. That will be a yes too. The number of pistols is quite important to honor. Very well. Please add this detail to your testimony. What can I do but obey? Only one pistol was in the hospital room that night. With it, I shot the clown. Hold it! So you took the only pistol there and fired it? That's correct. And that pistol was this one, which was left at the crime scene? Good job, I see you do a magician of sorts. Okay. And you're an idiot of sorts. Do you have any idea what you used to say? I see the fire in your eyes as you glare at the witness. So how about heating up the steel a bit? The slow parades bore me. As you wish. I will go to Holmes, but maybe that's all it is. Maybe I should ask about something else. There's no need for that. Because this is the vital one. On second thought, let's go on with this testimony for a while longer. Anyway, so let me say quickly here. And now, so fourth, and I'm gonna have to go for this again because this is actually really important. It is of the picture, let's see. Objection! According to the defendant, Sakya, when he entered the room, there were two pistols on that table. Two? One of those pistols he used to shoot the clown in the forehead. Then he left with it in his pocket. Of course, this is what he would say. Unlike the harmless clown, we must assume our defendant has some brains in his head. Well, what about what Mr. Varland has told us? You see, there's something about his testimony that doesn't make sense. Yeah, this is where he claims something very different from Sark. What might that be? I told you, I took the pistol that was there and shot the clown. I don't think so. That's your story at least. But the Iflin marks tell a very different story, Mr. Varland. You cannot persecute Garvin told us. We compared the bullet taken from the victim's skull with a bullet fired from this gun. The Iflin marks on the bullets were a perfect match. Mr. Varland, if you fire this pistol, then you shot the victim in the forehead. Yeah. So we found the contradiction here. Order! 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 Well, this is all jag till staden. Hey, what have I done? Persecuted Carvin? Okay. I only got an apology. Sorry. Okay, why are you apologizing? Sorry for what? You see, I was unaware that two of these unique pistols were gifted. The analyzing of the Yiflin marks only beauty type of gun that fired them. Yeah, you did say that, so it's not like you saying anything. Because you did actually say that before Valant entered the stage. But that's not what he told us before. No, I do remember that is exactly what he told us before. You said it verified the modern weapon. No. I think okay. My memories are apparently better than yours. This is why I'm apologizing to you now. Quite sincerely, I might add. Would you hold me accountable for a mistake made in my youth? That was just this morning. I am still young. I swear, man. And I might add, it wasn't really my fault. If the defender had only admitted he took one pistol from the scene of the crime, we would not be having this pleasant discussion now. Actually, yeah, it is as you say. Warrant Gamaya? Yes, the honor. You were presented to this court as a decisive witness, but you were proven to be more divisive than decisive. You'll see in time. The testimony so far has barely been a revive of the facts. The proof comes next. Can you elaborate? Persecuted Carvin? When Mr. Valant entered the hospital room, the victim had already been sued. As his next testimony will prove, the yell fight is about to begin. You're on. Pinkett. Very well. The witness will now testify to the court. Help us determine who sued what. Well, let's hold it then. Who sued what? I in the hospital room at the appointed time, which is to say 11:20 p.m. After discovering the body, I fulfilled my obligation, then called in the doctor. The doctor examined the body before the police arrived. He was quite clear about the time of death, 11:10 p.m. Excuse me, but that is impossible. Because if he never thought it would have said so high. So now that's a blatant lie right there. And the one in the room at that time was my partner, not me. I'm sorry. But I found a big issue with what you said already, and that's before the cross-examination even. But I better not get too overconfident because There's always these signs that I might be wrong, so I should still explore. Those times are yet close, you have to admit. You're talking about an alibi established over a matter of minutes. To use a 10-minute discrepancy as the basis of your alibi. It's easy to explain in this situation, Hayot. For example, take away the bird hit single, 13 years, hard time for love. Go to the song, press the play button, and it will play for 2 minutes 15 seconds. Do the 100 times, the result is the same. The debut single was only 2 minutes and 15 seconds long. What a rip-off! I don't really know most about this kind of stuff, so I can't really say anything here. Magic is a word of utmost precision, hocus pocus, requires admirable focus, and in the time of death and mind by the doctor there is an incontrovertible truth. Very well. The persecution wants us that we dealing with just a precise time, and we can expect the cross-examination to require the same level of precision. I would hope the defense refrains from its customarily broad sweeping accusations, lest we blow the focus this case so clearly demands. Point taken. Baseless remarks will result in a penalty. But doesn't it always? Carry on, Mr. White. Carry on. Right. Let's do it. Who thought what? So, here we go. I arrived in the hospital room at the appointed time, which is to say 11:20 p.m. Hold it! 11:20 p.m. Can you prove that's when you arrived? Alas, such a feat might be beyond even the great Valiant, for there was no one in the room but McNiffy, and he was departed after a fashion. I have had the fantastic Myers swoon the position. I snuck into his room that night at the appointed time. It was 10 minutes before I left the room, and the victim was still alive. The time indicated by this letter to Zack was 11:05 p.m. Exactly, which means the witness could not have entered the room before 11:15 because his partner was still in the middle of his crime. I see someone did the arithmetic homework. You see, the defendant himself has corroborated the witness testimony. Does that all make sense? Well, not a problem. I don't see any problem with that testimony. If you say so, let's continue, shall we? Sometimes the most magical thing of all is the truth. After discovering the body, I fulfilled my obligation, then called in the doctor. Hold it! You walk in on a motor, and the first thing you do is saw to the ground. The disciple does what the disciple most. My mentor's request with a reason had cost for me a surfeit of soil. For what would I want to be now without him? Might the soul of magnificate find the creative peace above. This I muttered to myself as I pulled out the lonely trigger. In any case, I believe this is nothing more than what we have already learned. Yeah, I believe so too. I'm still waiting for one of those right moments, Herr Attorney. Might I remind you that baseless remarks will own penalties. Proceed with that in mind. Yes, Your Honor. What a pain this is turning out to be. The doctor examined the body before the police arrived. Hold it! Did the doctor say anything concerning the cause of death? Why, yes, I believe he screamed, "My God, he's been shot in the head!" It doesn't take a doctor to notice that. I probably would have screamed the same thing. Yeah, I think almost everybody would notice that. And I would have been the requirement that I use in my suit at that horrid sight. Whatever happened to good old-fashioned investigation? In any case, I believe this is nothing more than what we have already learned. I'm still waiting for one of those right moments, Herr Attorney. May I remind you that baseless remarks will own penalties. Proceed with that in mind. Yes, Your Honor. What a pain this is turning out to be. He was quite clear about the time of death, 11:10 p.m. Hold it! I don't think I'm stepping out on a limb to say I have some thoughts about this. Yeah, how could the doctor be so precise with the time? We do usually only get an estimated time of death, too. I'm not sure I've heard of a verified time of death. Yeah, because it is almost impossible to verify. Magic was making the complex appear simple, but reality is the opposite. What appears complex in this case is a simple matter of subtraction. I see another person has done the arithmetic homework. The point here is the IV the victim was taking. Okay, now I'm glad that I decided to do yes before doing that, because what I had in mind was actually wrong then. It's quite visible in the photograph of the scene. Yeah, you can see the ivy, yes, but you can't see the time, so I don't really get it. Jag kan vad vi hört earlier about the victim Magnifica Myers schedule. Every night at 11:00, Magnifica took an IV trip for 30 minutes. I can see the IV bag right there, yes. Yeah, I can see it too, but I don't know, is it connected or is it not? No, look a little closer. Follow the tube down from the back to the end. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, I was right. The needle's been removed. Dr. Leslie, it fell out when he was shot. But what if it was removed beforehand? That would seem to be the case. When the needle comes out, the ivy no longer dips. You got this message you mean in ivy liquid? Oh, I did not consider that. Precisely, the ivy liquid functions for our purposes as an hourglass of sorts. This is how the doctor determined the time of death. No, but it still says estimated, which is what puzzles me. From the almond remaining in the bag, it was determined that the ivy had stopped 10 minutes after administration began. Ivy report. Approximately 10 minutes had passed since the ivy began. Okay, well, this complicates things, so I was wrong, I think. Ivy report. 30 minutes required to administer full ivy from the amount remaining. Ivy stopped 10 minutes after administration began. And so it was when I, Valand, entered that room. 10 minutes had passed since that horrible crime was committed, and this is proof. Well, Mr. Wright, did that seem important? I'm gonna say no. I don't see any problem with our testimony. If you say so, let's continue, shall we? Sometimes the most magical thing of all is the truth. And the one in the room at that time was my partner, not me. Hold it! You entered that hospital room at 11:20 p.m. The time given by the defendant Sakramaya was 11:05. You didn't run into him at the hospital that night. This is why I never perform with amateurs, you see. Picture if you will the nighttime hospital outside only the pale light of the moon. If true, there's does we were to meet in such circumstances. I said that would ruin the mood completely. Okay, that's not what we was talking about. The mood isn't in question here. I believe the witness is saying they didn't meet, yeah? For what is magic, if not the story of beauty? Also, meeting was not only out of the question, it was an impossibility. I do wonder, for what is magic, if not the story of how to make absolutely no sense at all? That said, was there a contradiction in there? Well, not a problem. I don't see any problem with our testimony. If you say so, let's continue, shall we? Sometimes the most magical thing of all is the truth. An alibi over a matter of minutes, precise is right. And the person with impunity will own me a nice penalty too. Better focus on one thing. This time of death. Okay, I will have to go for that regardless. So I'm gonna go for this first. So there we go. So let me use skip to hat. So just hang on. Okay. Why can't I escape it? Anyway. So just Well, I'm getting that. And then, let's see now. Well, let's see what happens. I do believe it is this one I have to go after. I'm gonna have to say yes. Well, seeing how it is the biggest clue we have to the time of death, I say it's very important. Again, it would be hard to imagine a more precise way to determine the time. Behold the power of arithmetic. Very well. The witness will add this detail to his testimony. Sometimes the most magical thing of all is the truth. The water of life is being not eternal. The remaining ivy liquid fused by innocence. Hold it! Did you notice the ivy yourself by any chance? When first I entered that room, the stench of gunpowder assailed me. Next, the mark of death upon my mentor's forehead, and then his left arm I spy. Are you stopping and wilted? You must be talking about that one, I take it. It's done. The discarded ivy needle. Knocked from the vein by the force of the sword, luckily for you. But... but I'm having an issue with what you said because it doesn't look that way to me. If that ivy had not been there, why, you might be a suspect. Indubitably so. I might say it's thanks to my lucky color. You lucky color? Indeed, every day I wear the burden upon my suspect self. So it's yellow, huh? For it always, without fail, brings me love. But when second Marathon first magazines can't pick, yes, they were one held by the Association of International Magicians. I was adorned in this attire then too, and our trophy, a post. What a day that was! This is one deep down memory lane no one needs. My lucky color, yes indeed, and that ivy too. But it's green. I say, I think it was hooded especially for me, Balan. That do seem to be the case, indeed. Well, Mr. White, any thoughts on this testimony? Balan so looks happy with himself. Okay, how about this lucky color testimony? Well, I'm gonna say not a problem first. I don't see any problem with that testimony. If you say so, let's continue, shall we? Sometimes the most magical thing of all is the truth. Well, but I did have an issue with this. Anyway, so I'm just gonna be skipping too fast, so give me a little bit. Skipping too fast, skipping. Skip. Because I did find an issue with this one. Yeah. Well, there is a contradiction, I believe. It certainly sounds like you lucky colors brought you plenty of luck, but not this time, Mr. Vallant. You lucky Carlos betrayed you. I'm afraid you will lost me. Your Honor, the witness testimony used now clearly contradicts the evidence. What? Please take all my warning at the beginning of the cross-examination, Mr. White. Baseless accusations will be duly penalized. I do hope this latest accusation is well based. Don't worry, I've got all your bases right here. Very well, let's hold the defense claim. Where's your evidence that contradicts what Mr. Vallant has told us? Well, I'm not gonna go for this one naturally. But I do believe the issue lies in here, actually. Let's see. Take that, I think. The crime scene tells all, Your Honor. The photo of the crime scene. Oh wait, no. Yeah, I'm gonna say, take that! Okay, now I say it with more speed. All this talk of color has me yearning for black and white, clerical simplicity. Tell us, have I? Just where's the contradiction in this photo? My pleasure, and I'll show you. It's quite simple, but I can't promise anything in black and white. Let's show what Mr. White has to say. Well, let me save then her before that. What in this photo contradicts the witness testimony? Yeah, my issue lies in this. He claimed it was tipping, but I don't see it tipping, so take that! Continue to Mr. Vice promised. This seems black and white to me. Agreed. How's that? You will. That black and white enough for you? Look, thank you, sir. May I have an order? Okay, so it wasn't that. Well, you said Ibis, I was thinking of that, but then you also mentioned gold, so if not that one, then it's clearly this one, because this is green. I do believe it is green, if I'm not being colorblind here. Take that! Vallant Kamaye, let's get one thing straight about your lucky color. It's yellow, yes. Kind of takes the mystery out of it, but yes. Something wrong with yellow, Mr. White? Yes, there is. Decisively wrong, in fact. Take another look at the photo of the crime scene. What's this? Confusion. Doc, tell us, what do your elderly eyes spy? Even my elderly eyes can see a problem here, Mr. Vallant. Look at that ivy bag. Ugh! What is this? What format? It won't be hard to call the ivy liquid yellow. And I'm afraid no magic was involved in the taking of this photograph. Alakasalu! You was telling the truth about the yappies and those, so... Order! 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 What does this mean? This is some kind of mistake. Yes, Prosecutor Carvin, you witnessed a mistake. Indeed. Yeah, indeed. The cleaner they are, the harder they fall. That's not how it goes. I suppose there's no substitute for experience. Valant Kiamaye, as you reminded us several times, your lucky color is yellow, but the ivy is clearly not. Well, this contradiction can mean only one thing. Yeah, and the thing, you almost hurt me. Oh, I see you do colors now, Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright. Oh, something you'd like to tell us, Prosecutor Carvin? As far as this court can tell, the witness testimony does contradict the evidence. Ah ha ha, yes, a contradiction. But that I shall be pleased to hand right back to Mr. Wright. How do you mean? How? Because the witness has made no mistake. I agree, at a glance, the ivy liquid does appear a sort of greenish yellow. But I saw you, the liquid itself is quite yellow. Yellow liquid? How can you say that? As far as I can tell from this photo, it's green. Yes. But what color is the ivy bark itself? The bag? You mean the plastic bag on the hook? Well, why? It is blue. It looks like I want to say light blue. Precisely. Figured it out yet? Put a yellow liquid in a blue bag and you get green. This, incidentally, is the liquid's true color. I see. Your explanation does have the ink of truth to it. As I thought, there's no substitute for experience, Prosecutor Carvin. What? You might tell a good tale, but you were used to prevent something rather grave. For you, that is. What do you mean? Grave? The liquid in the ivy is yellow, yes? I don't really see most is to have. But how did this witness know that? You are actually right. You are actually right. It's quite unnatural when you think about it. You did think about it? Did you? Ah, oh. He didn't. Yeah. Your Honor, the defense requests an explanation from the witness. At the scene of the crime, the ivy liquid appears to be green. So let me ask, how did the witness know the ivy liquid was actually yellow? Alakazam! Well, let's hold it. Order! 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 Mr. Wright, you will explain this at once. The witness clearly named the color of the ivy liquid, and so it means something. But what? that he have been there beforehand. I can think of only one possibility, Your Honor. The witness wasn't Meyer, just in case. Because I'm getting a feeling I'm gonna have to make us to pick something. Has testified that the IV liquid was yellow because... Well, I'm gonna say because he never the color. Either that or he have seen it before, but this is more likely. From the facts before us, the answer is correct. The witness knew that the IV liquid was yellow. Why? Because he'd seen it before, but not inside the blue bag we see in the photo. He saw the liquid by itself in a clear, colorless bag. I suppose he won't have to, but I'm still not clear as to what all this means. Ask yourself, why would he know if he didn't work at a hospital? Yeah, a very good question. That's where you'll find your meaning, Your Honor. I'm afraid I find nothing. So what if he named the IV liquid's color? It means that he could actually manipulate it. Peter getting excited over absolutely nothing to over teeny popper fans, yeah? The IV liquid is the only evidence proving the time of death, which means if you can manipulate it, then you can also manipulate the time. A 30-minute overclass with 20 minutes worth of sound remaining. You claim persecutor Gavin. I remember it well. However, there's a critical difference between an overclass and an IV bag. Yeah. Wait, I know! An overclass uses sand, but an IV bag uses liquid. I'm right? Well, you are right, but I'm pretty sure that's not what we're getting at. As much as it pains me to say this, Your Honor, no. Unlike the sensitive and overclass, IV liquid enters the patient's body. At this point, like magic, it disappears. However, what if the amount of IV liquid had increased? You gotta tell, can't you? After all, there's no way of knowing how much went in. Very true. Let me get this straight, have I? You say the witness wanted to turn the victim's IV bag? Something of that nature. Not with water, but with IV liquid. That's how you know the IV liquid was yellow. No, wait, I said wait! How might an amateur such as myself essay to perform such a task? I'm an amateur too, but I can pour water into a cup. I'm afraid there's quite a big difference between a cup and an IV bag, right? It was metaphorically speaking. Can you prove our witness is capable of such a feat? He has a point, amateurs. I at least would have some difficulty pouring IV liquid into that bag. You don't need to be an expert to see the look on the witness' face. Well, just in case. He added liquid to that IV to throw off the time of death. I die of death fairy tales lacking evidence. Well, Mr. White, any solid evidence to bring us back down to earth? Valant Kamaye, I'm afraid your magic won't serve you well in a life of crime. Might I ask what you strongly suggested? Magic relies on proofs, and proofs become evidence. Our witness was certainly able to increase the amount of ivy liquid in the bag. All he had to do was to work a little magic, and the proof was... I do believe it was this small CF. Take that! The victim CF? Oh wait, we have an outbreak now. So be right back and see you in 3 minutes. Well, it is now time to take a break. And well, I'm taking a break. You better take a break too. And if you have to, you should go to the toilet. And if you're feeling hungry, make sure to grab something to eat. And also remember to stretch and exercise. Because I want you to take care of yourself. Because your health is important. Because we all should take care of ourselves. And also help to take care of others. But to do that, you need to take care of yourself. So if you need to go, that is fine. And if you need to look, that is also fine. Because you should prioritize yourself, and so I want you to take care of yourself. So remember to take care of yourself. Because I won't be going anywhere. And if you wanna stay, that is also fine. As long as you're taking care of yourself, then I won't complain. So remember to take care of yourself. Because I care about you. Well, it is not. Okay, I'm back now, so let's keep going here. It's the perfect proof for the magical increase in ivy trick. Wait, hang on. I must have, hang on. Give me a quick second. Anyway, here we go then. and easy enough for an amateur to use. What kind of evidence is that? The sea was clean, not a trace of liquid in it. Well, of course it won't be clean if it have been, because all you have to do is clean it and it will be clean. No trace of liquid will be found if you clean it properly. So there's no surprise there. And don't you find that odd, Prosecutor Carvin? What? The victim had a serum to administer his insulin shots. Therefore should have been traces of insulin left inside. Indeed. Well, Valant Kamaye, as you pointed out yourself, the IV liquid makes the perfect clock. As long as you don't manipulate it. Want that you can't manipulate at will. Like a slug! Well, so much for being a decisive witness. I do believe, well, with this being his first, that the burden of this deal has been a bit too much to bear for Prosecutor Carvin. I'm afraid that, well, there is a doubt as to the amount of IV liquid in that bag. The time of death cannot be proven, and that being so a deal to a close for today, well, maybe I can squeeze an extra day out of this. I can do a little most needed investigation work. I see there are no... Oh, what? I see there are no objections. God is at the... Heh. Truly, there's no substitute for experience. Nothing blinds one to the truth so effectively. A word to the wise. Underestimate the young and then sweep your feet. And then sweep your feet out from under you in a way you never ever expected. You see, I know exactly what you're thinking. What's he talking about? You say the witness used the science to manipulate the level of the IV liquid, but there is no proof. There's no proof he didn't do it either. Yes, quite true. Huh? He's admitting it. Nor was this witness quite as decisive as I'd hoped. This, I admit, after all, why a link in the past when the footy holds so much. You have something in mind, Prosecutor Carvin? You've hired. I have another way to prove my case. How so? With evidence, no less. What's this? This is the victim Magnifica Myers Tiayi. After going into the hospital, Magnifi began writing his memoirs, it seems. The story of his boat, his starting in the boat, and of meeting his disciples. It seems he intended for the last chapter to end quite appropriately with his death. Wait, that book doesn't say what the reason was, does it? The reason why his disciples got his last request? Sadly, it is not. Damn it. What's important here What's important here is on the last page. Apparently, the victim wrote in his journal that night, even after the ivy had begun at 11:00 p.m. Let's read it, shall we? Let's see. These dudes appear to have been written just before his death. The court accepts this into evidence. Magnificent diary, a memory of the thoughts written up to just before he died. Well, let's see. Yeah, okay, yes, this one confirms it. It does indeed belong to him. Anyway, let's see. Tonight, this is the last page. The diary ends here. Huh? What's this? It looks like a page was ripped out. Well, no, isn't that interesting? Pew, let me read. Anyway. Tonight's ivy is in. Maybe the last, I leave the yes to them. The first shall come soon. This journey might end here or it might go on, but not long. Well, let me actually read it. I wanna read it. Anyway. That depends on his hand. All that is... Man. Let me read, man. All that is left to mine is to lay down this pen. Well... But the thing is... I think that this was the actual last page. It seems Fate's clock will make me wait a little longer. At least only less than 10 swift minutes made. To all those who have supported me in my life's work, I give thanks. Farewell, Magnifica Maya. This journey might end here or it might go on, but not long. That depends on his hand. Of course, by his, he refers to over the defendant Sakya. That would make sense. Yes, he was the first scared visitor after all. But look at what he said before that. This journey might end here or it might go on. It might go on. Magnifica Maya intended to write again. That is, if Sakya Maya didn't pull the ticket, I think you are blind. I see the defense understand the meaning of this. Yes, and I also understand that you didn't look properly. The victim's diary does not go on, it ends. Because Magnific's life was brought to an end by the defendant Sakya Maya. You are so very wrong. And if you need evidence, I do have evidence. Order! 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 Please go to come in. Are you certain that Magnifica Maya wrote this? I can confirm for myself that he did. There's no mistaking his handwriting. Well, These two seem to be significant. According to this, Magnificent did intend to continue his theory. Yet if his theory ended her, which plainly it did not. Then the one who pulled the trigger was the first visitor, Sakya. Well, how do you like me now? Have I? The foolishness of youth. You say that I was blinded by that I got blinded from the youth, but I could say the same to you. Still too keen for your tastes. Yeah, a bit too keen still. Because I did notice a fatal mistake you did. He's right about it, I've been pretty glad. Still, I find it hard to believe that he'd overlooked such an obvious problem with his precious evidence. Well, Mr. White, the witness testimony we heard was lacking. But put together with his evidence, it seems quite sufficient for a case. If the DA is accepted like this, the deal's over. Maybe it's time for me to show them something. Yeah, let me show you. I'm left with no choice but to show my own evidence. What? You have some evidence that overturns this theory? I do indeed. It's not too late to yet think this and avoid more embarrassment. No yet thinking needed. Very well, please show us your evidence, Mr. White. Incidentally, don't ever think of showing us this theory I used to show the code. Wasn't my plan anyway. Now that we come this far, I hope you have something a little more decisive. Show us evidence that proves that the victim continued writing his theory. Alright, I'd be happy to. The decisive evidence that the theory didn't end with this space is... Take that! First, take a close look at this theory. Note that a base has clearly been yipped out. And you can also see it here. What's this? I hadn't noticed that at all. You two need to get your eyes set. That's why we still are talking about this. Yeah, I'm actually really surprised that none of them noticed it. Like, it's like so hard to miss, man. How could they have missed this? As it used to so happens, I have had what I believe to be the missing piece. Oh, look, I don't believe it. Look at this piece. It's totally amazing that the first visitor that night showed Magnificent Meyer. That's the defense position. Wait, let me see that. Indeed. What in some hill? Why, this is the continuation of the victim's theory. So there you have it. Note the tone edge of the base. It's a perfect match with the tone remains of the last base in Magnificent theory. Quite. Remarkable. What you care to explain what all this means, Herr Attorney? What this means is that Valand most likely tried to hide the database, and he didn't want it to come to light. The TI continued after his first visit again, which means that the victim was still alive after Sakkyamaya left, leaving no one to take his life but the second visitor. Valant Kyamaya? No. No! The handwriting too must start on the other basis that this is, without a doubt, the Senior article. Order. But wait, that's impossible. That old man couldn't have written that. You say that, but then why do I have it? Yes? Finally, you just got it assist. Can't you have it? Wait. You was waiting for this? Assist what? Presenting solid evidence? Hayot? Yes, Prosecutor Carvin? Might I request we put the current cross-examination on hold? The prosecution would like to call a new witness. Okay. But Prosecutor Carvin, this evidence overturns the current witness. I ask only to put it on hold. Please, my new witness has a very important piece of testimony to give. 5 minutes, no more. I promise, Your Honor. Well, if you put it that way, Mr. Wright, what's your take on this? Well, Your Honor, judging from his entries, we'll have to hold this new testimony sooner or later anyway. Yeah, so we can as well use to get it over with. So it might as well be sooner. Then if this is highly irregular, we'll put the current cross-examination on hold. The witness might step down. Now, Prosecutor Carvin, please bring this surprise witness to the courtroom. Well, let's see then. I had a bad feeling just then that if the face was too obvious, he must have known. And I thought known it was a bad sign all along. Hey, it's him. It's a Miss Yamna. Holding deal with no audience is a first, even for me, Prosecutor Carvin. I beg the court's understanding, but I had to make a judicial deal with the witness to secure his testimony. A judicial deal? The details of his testimony might have some legal ramifications, shall we say? Oh, I see. I thought it best to contain the information to this room. Very well. And you are the witness I got there? Yes. Yes, sir. State your name and occupation for the record. My name's Dear Miss Sam. I'm a painter. A painter? And you are somehow related to this case? No. Well, not per se. I have one simple question for this witness. Mr. Miss Ham, was it? Do you know what this is? Oh, yeah, I know it well. How's that possible? Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Have you seen this DIY somewhere before? Oh, yeah. I mean, I made it. What do you mean that you made it? What? You made it? Yes. You might call it one of my works. The prosecutor's office received a tip-off yesterday. Illegal evidence has been prepared for the trial of Sakya Meyer. Illegal evidence? I initiated an investigation and found this witness. Abated to the world at large, their mission has another side, you might say. He is skilled in making perfect reproductions of certain things. Fossils, in other words. Fossils? Yeah, I thought the White had any idea. Well, so we are to understand that this space here is... It's hard to say if it really is or not. A fake, prepared by a certain defense attorney. But that's impossible because White himself didn't know it was a fake. Hold it! I didn't prepare this evidence. Ah, the attorney speaks something about this space, I presume. But what is he saying? It makes no sense. After all, it was you who presented this evidence to us, Phoenix White. Yes, but it was you that was leading up to it, and we didn't even know anything about his theory up till now. Witness, Mr. Misson, was it? Who requested this fossil? Who was your client? That I don't know. He doesn't. But most of my clients prefer to remain anonymous, even to me. I make the items they want and receive my payment. That's the extent of my contact with them. But there's no proof this is a fake. It's a fake. Huh? To avoid use this sort of a problem. Wait, please don't tell us it was a socket that faked it. I always put a special mark on my works. I can say without a doubt, this is mine. How so? Mr. White, you have just presented illegal evidence to this court. My court? But how's that even possible? So that's how it happened. It was careless of me. That's all I can say. So that's how he lost his base and his right to be an attorney. Oh, old boy. or have? Yeah, as I suspected, it was because of a sock. What's this? Yeah. I don't know, I just got it over there in the hall. They told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit with the spiky hair. They said it was really important, and that's exactly what happened at episode 1 too. It was all a trap, a fatal trap. Mr. White? Yes? Do you have an explanation for yourself? If I did, would the court hold it? Probably not. They wouldn't hold. Forcing evidence is a serious crime, and presenting it in court a serious mistake. A fatal mistake for an attorney. And wait. But wait a second. But Clay never I was gonna present it eventually, so please don't tell me he had a hand in this. Fatal too, perhaps, for your client, I fear. Tell me, what kind of defendant relies on forced evidence? The answer is quite clear. A guilty one. Your Honor, wait. I understand that presenting forced evidence in court is a serious crime, but you cannot hold my client responsible for actions I undertook as an individual. I am sorry, Mr. White. Your Honor. Another close call, I dare say, if the prosecutor's office had received that hot tip. So that's how you know. Everything would have gone the way you wanted it to, yeah? So, there was somebody out there that wanted to frame White, huh? I even gave you a chance. Too bad you decided not to think before embracing yourself. I see no need for further discussion on this matter. Special witness dismissed. Mr. Attorney? Yes? Could I ask your name? Phoenix White? Mr. White, I have seen and studied many people, but none like you. I remember you, Mr. White. The case is sadly over, and not in a good way. Do I deeply regret having to declare a verdict in this way. This deal is over. You have the right to find a new attorney and make an appeal. However, this court must... Your Honor? Yes, Mr. Stark? There's one thing I wish to make clear. Today, in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty. It is impossible. Huh? I'm afraid the defendant is quite mistaken. I must certainly have the authority to declare a verdict on you. Tell me, how do you plan on announcing your verdict when your defendant does not exist? doesn't exist? What are you talking about? I am talking about this. Where did he go? Mr. Ellickbar? The defenders escape. Find him quick. Polif, close all exit from the building. On the double, he must not be allowed to escape. That day, in that courtroom, a miracle occurred, a bad one. The defendant saw the enigma, aka Sakyamaa, did not use escape from court. He literally unbelievably vanished right before the bailiff's eyes. No one ever saw him again, not since that day. This is the Kyamaya miracle. So that's how it happened. No verdict was declared. After all, the defendant didn't exist. That's how it happened. The dear of magician Sakyamaa vanished along with him for all eternity. The mistakes that remained behind were all solved, however, but not until 7 years later. To be continued. So we finally know the truth about what happened 7 years ago now. And well, yeah, we still have plenty of time on the clock, so I feel like keeping going. So yeah, let's do that then. That deal 7 years ago was the beginning of it all. This I know beyond a doubt. The mistakes of the past work the magic on the present, but you'll soon be finding all of this out for yourself. Which of Magnificamai's disciples pulled that trigger? Where did the vanishing defendant Sakyamaa go? What architects lurks behind the forced base? And what about the gold who was left behind? Yes, some of them I already know the truth of. The past left us there's the 4 keys to unlocking the truth. But that's not all. There are 4 keys in the present as well. And when all the questions have found the answers, the final trial will begin. But first, you must say the truth to them and now. Think of it as a game. Well then, I, Phoenix White, will be your guide through this game. The table deals shall be present the first evidence. It ended half finished when the defendant vanished. What became of me after that? As your investigation proceeds, the answer will become clear. Oh, and one more thing. There is something I must tell you. As Apollo Eustace has his bracelet, so too do I have my own weapon of sorts. My Makatama, what is it do you ask? That I would have you see for yourself. Well now, shall we begin? You spelled out the jump between the past and present, but let's begin 7 years ago. In the past, it is right after my last year came to an abrupt end. Now that you know the game, let's play. Oh wait, no. Okay, no. So it's investigation phase now and not the deal. Well, if that's the case, then I know how long it has to take, so I think it is actually better I save this for another stream. I wasn't really sure when it said Mason if it was investigation or trial, but well, in that case, well, if that's the case, then I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna do this at some other time then. So just actually, I'm just gonna copy it back a bit quickly. Hang on. Actually, I can as well copy it back. Well, it is now time to take a break. And well, I'm taking a break. You better take a break too. And if you have to, you should go to the toilet. And if you're feeling hungry, make sure to grab something to eat. And also remember to stretch and exercise. Because I want you to take care of yourself. Because your health is important. Because we all should take care of ourselves and also help to take care of others. But to do that, you need to take care of yourself. So if you need to go, that is fine. And if you need to look, that is also fine. Because you should prioritize yourself. And so I want you to take care of yourself. So remember to take care of yourself. Because I won't be going anywhere. And if you wanna stay, that is also fine. As long as you're taking care of yourself, then I won't complain. So remember to take care of yourself, because I care about you. Well, it is now time to take a break. And well, I'm taking a break. You better take a big do. And if you have to, you should go to the toilet. And if you're feeling hungry, may. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I know I used the tone, but that was used only because I just wanted to bring some stuff, but considering that we now at the investigation phase, and the investigation phase can actually take quite some time, I don't think it's a good idea to keep going now, considering the time and all. Because for trial it's enough with 2 hours, but for investigation I want at the very least I want 3 hours to spare for investigation, and I don't have now. So I'm gonna save this the next part for next time. So then, if you wanna follow me at social, here you go. And do feel free to join my Discord if you wanna hang out with the community where I'm not streaming. And if you are not subscribed, you can use this 8 message. Otherwise, you can use this one. And now, just give me a little bit here as I look for somebody to date. So let's see who's on at the moment here. Give me a little second. Let's see, who do I feel like going for? Let me take a little look here. And see who I feel like going for. Let's see. Who do I feel like going for? That is the question. Let me use think here. Oh wait, by the way, I completely forgot to say what the stream tomorrow will be. So, and the next stream will be tomorrow with Dark Souls 2. Anyway, but like I said, let's see what I'm gonna go for. Let me just take a little look here then. Who am I in the mood for? That is the question. Let's see. Let's just take a little look here. Okay, yeah, I think I know who I want to go for this time. Let's just see here. So today we're going for Taki, who's playing some Pokemon. And I'll be seeing you all next time. Sayonara! Utakeste sätov, inte stadstat glov. Allt on inte det same, monin inte ku. No vai valkalone, juve på sonon. But all my thoughts overflow with just you. There's truth inside face, cause my heart to yes. But my strength and weakness guide me piece by piece. If it's me and you, placed in a del tuffe, I want to fair tomorrow das spent need. Please believe in the good times that we said when it was you.